Someone asked the question, why are we here? We are here because we want to do something special. We want to promote something that is special. It's the first annual Aqua Easter Jazz Fest, which means that it starts this year and we want to have it every year. You want to know what it's all about, and I think there is none other fitting person to tell you maybe of his experience, what he had in mind when he thought about bringing jazz to Grenada. I'd now like to turn you over to the man himself. I say Grenadian born, internationally acclaimed, because this man been touring all over the world. And maybe we don't know what we have, and we need to see what we have. So we need you maybe to help us to promote it, to tell people about it, both the print and electronic media, about the upcoming Aqua Easter Jazz Fest. Right about now, I turn you over to the man himself, Mr. Kingsley Ettienne.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Grenada. Thanks for having this press conference. There was a festival here in 1999 that featured Roberta Flack, Freddie Jackson, and I think it disappeared. And I want to thank Brother Benoit for bringing it back again, because we need this for the culture especially. Now, for jazz, people might think it's just swing music or Dixieland music or stuff like that. This is not what I'm going to play. It's the roots of the music. It came from gospel and Negro spirituals and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be playing that kind of a stuff or any blues. Well, I might be playing a blues, but I'm playing the whole tradition of the music. Like smooth jazz, swing music, playing some R&B mixed with jazz or some Latin mixed with jazz, because the culture here needs that. A lot of Grenadian musicians think that calypso and reggae are our roots. Yes, it's our roots, but also our roots came from Negro spirituals, blues, gospel. That's also our art form, and with a little Latin music and calypso. So that's going to make us grow. And this is what I'm here for this time, to come to bring the cats that could play that kind of music and bring that kind of culture to as role models, so that the people could see what's out there and they could develop themselves musically. Because in Grenada, most of the people here, the musicians in here, are so stagnant, sorry to say that. They don't have any scholarships, they're not being given any scholarships to improve themselves. And they just, not really improve themselves. So they need to have these role models and people that they could see, or they could try to immunize them and to be better musicians. That's why I'll be here, and I'm coming here. Any questions? Oh, no questions in the media. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm coming here. But then Benoit invited me to come, and it was a great pleasure to come on down and share my talent with my home people. And that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Maybe I can ask a couple questions of you. But if any member of the press here, you can ask questions. I want to ask a question. Over the years I've been hearing of Kingsley Ettienne, but what had been some of your accomplishments over the years? Maybe, some people don't like to talk about themselves, but I want to put you in a hot seat. What are some of your accomplishments over the years? And in recent time, I understand you've been touring a lot now. Or what are some of the big names you've been playing for or play around?
Okay, fortunately, I've been lucky actually to play with people like the great Oscar Peterson, one of the greatest piano players in the world, Jimmy Smith, Jack McDuff. I've traveled all over the world playing dual pianos or dual organs at each side. And I was very fortunate, and I've traveled, except China, all over the world playing. I just came back from Chicago and Detroit and the Midwest, and came to Grenada yesterday. So I'm very fortunate to be playing around these great stars, the great people. A lot of great singers myself doing, including Joe Williams, Freddie Cole, which is Nat Cole's brother, and a bunch of other people. Ahmad Jamal, Stanley Turrentine. You could name a bunch of people. I can't name them all, but I've been very fortunate. Thank you.
And do you have any albums, any CDs?
I've got 8 CDs out. I've got 3 CDs that are traditional swing jazz with vocals, and I've got 4 CDs that are smooth jazz with vocals, mixed with Latin, calypso, reggae, fused with jazz. You know, I'm also a singer, by the way. I've been singing all my life from church. So, you know, I'm here to give you a great show. And I've got some great musicians playing with me from all over the world. So coming out, we got a surprise for you. Keep your seatbelts on.
At this end, I like to say that we take into consideration the economic situation. You know, there's a lot of things in the air now about drought and about VAT. So we make the price very reasonable. And the price for this great concert is only $60. Okay? And it's a special, so we want to fill this place up. We want to transform this place come April 4th. We want to fill this place up. We are targeting 4,000 people, and we want you to help us to bring 4,000 people here. I don't know if it's too ambitious. Mr. Frank was making a point. Mr. Frank, I see you gesticulating.
What time?
What time? We're starting from 5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. go into the late evening. And it would be, we have other local acts, Tivoli drummers, they will be opening the evening. We have the band Caress, we have Hidden Slinger and Tankabin, Paul Alexander, Jenny, Algian Belfon on the, we have a lot of local jazz enthusiasts. They will be here, okay? And we, as I say, we want to transform this place. I think the setting is right. You can help us market it. Any other questions? Mr. Informer, I see you taking notes. I know you always like to bowl the Chinaman as an old cricketer. Mr. Johnson, how can you come to a press conference and say nothing? That is not of your nature.
I want to find a company. You said you're from Grenada, so which part of Grenada are you from? Where are you exactly?
I'm from a little place in St. David's called Corinth.
And you migrated to the US?
No, Canada.
Canada?
Yes. 40 years ago.
Apart from yourself, who else would you be bringing on stage?
Okay, I'll be featuring 2 beautiful Grenadian musicians that have left here 40 years ago. One is Michael Skillerated, that used to be at the Policeman, and Lester Boyk, who used to be a ranger for Angel Harps years ago. They all be coming with me, plus other musicians that I've played with around the world. But they both are Canadians that will be back, nationals.
I heard you mention that you actually grew up in the church.
Yes.
Did that have any influence on you in terms of your musical?
Well, I just said the roots of jazz came from gospel music. The Negro spirituals, that's where I learned. So that's the fundamentals, so I was very lucky. So that's where I started, and that really aided me to get where I am today. Thank you.
Well, not many Grenadians can get involved in that kind of music. Jazz is not one that is rooted. As you say, it's have its roots in Grenada, the church and so on. But it's not one that is followed up much as the calypso and the reggae and so on. Why did you pursue that line of music?
Let me see. Okay, first of all, it's pretty complex coming from a reggae and calypso country and do jazz music. It's got so many art forms you got to learn, like I said, blues, gospel music, and especially if you have that upbringing coming from the church, because that's where the Americans have it, because it's part of the art form. So I really loved it, because from the church I transferred everything to the US. And I went to the Baptist churches. I used to play organ for the Baptist church, so that's where I started. And then I met a lot of cats over there in Canada who played that stuff very well. Cats who played Oscar Peterson and Ray Downs. And then I started very young, actually, about 22, 23 years. So, you know, it's pretty hard for guys to play calypso and reggae and get into jazz. It's an environment. It's a school of itself. So if it's not around you, it's going to be pretty hard for you to get it.